Hi there, it's Christine over here. Welcome or welcome back to my channel, Little Bit of Lux, where we talk about all things handbags, whether it be handbag reviews, unboxings, what fits, and everything about handbags. And if you're interested in that kind of content, consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. And then also hit that notification bell so you can get notified for whenever I post a video. Now, without further ado, I just wanted to jump right into this topic. If you clicked on this because of my thumbnail, well, I'm glad it worked because it's just a clickbait. I really want to get your attention because this is the follow-up story from my previous post, which was in about like 24 hours ago. I filmed a video of my Coach haul when my mom shopped for me. I'm gonna click that video. I'm gonna link that video in the description box so you guys can watch it. So it was my haul from the Coach outlet when my mom did a shop with me. So she shopped for me for my birthday. And everything is true and honest. I love the bag. Everything that I got, I liked and I am grateful for. And I personally picked those out, so I actually like the bag. However, not every handbag comes down to a happy ending. So one of the bags that I genuinely love and adore turned out to be womp womp womp. So let me tell you what happened. If you didn't see my short video about it, I can link it down below as well. So if you did see the short, then you know where I'm coming from at this point. So truth be told, the handbag is beautiful. However, the bag, I'm going to insert it right here so you guys can see it. It is the Large Faye bag from the Coach outlet, specifically the floral print. Now, the one I had gotten had a significant, strong chemical scent. It was bad. I couldn't stand it. It would get down my throat. It hurts my throat when I smell it. Now, some people may have higher tolerance than I do. Maybe some people have more sensitivity in their smelling senses. So I really want to flag this so that if you are planning to buy the bag, I want you to know that that bag smells horrible. It smells bad. And so I'm going to give you a background story. When I filmed the video, it was a Monday. It was the day after I had gotten the bag. When we traveled, we drove. It was 50 miles away from our home. So we drove. I didn't smell anything. It was packed up in a bag. And so when I was filming the following day, Monday, I didn't really smell it, but I did smell something funky. It smelled something strange when I pulled it out of the bag. And so I'm like, okay, that's weird. I have a feeling it was already the bag because that was the only thing different in the room. And I was filming in my daughter's room. And if you notice in that video, it was a lot more like mellow, calm. My voice was low. It seems like I'm a low energy. It's because I was filming in my daughter's bedroom. I didn't want to wake her up. So in that room, after I filmed, I didn't clean up my mess. I left everything there. So I left my bags, I left my coat, I left the paper bag and everything in her room, or their room, because I have two daughters. And so it was time for me to pick up my 6-year-old. So we left the room, we left the house. We didn't come back to the room until a few hours later. And I remember opening that door in the afternoon. I was like, that stinks. What is that smell? It was bad. And so my assumption was the bag, and I wasn't wrong. So it was the bag. The smell was coming from the bag. Smelled the bag. Oh man, I couldn't stand it. I just kept on sniffing it. I kept on smelling because I can't. The bag was so bad. The smell was so bad. And then I thought maybe if I air it out, it will, get better. 5 days later, fast forward to Friday, I was excited to use it because I wanted to use it for that Friday event that we're going to. And then the smell was still there, and I'm so upset. And so I called Ontario Mills because that's the place where I had gotten the bag from. And I spoke to this gentleman. I just wanted to ask, like, hey, this bag smells. I was wondering if all the bags smells the same for this specific style. And so he just kind of jumped into saying, it's probably just the packaging because, it was just sitting in the box for quite some time before they were allowed to, release the item for their drop. And then So I said, okay, maybe it is a factory wrap. I don't know. for all I know, I'm not an expert. So he just told me to bring it in and they'll inspect it and then possibly just exchange it, swap it, whatsoever. And I told him, you know what, I live 50 miles away, and is this something that I can just, do with a closer a closer Coach outlet with me? And then so he said, yeah. And then I said, okay, cool, I'll just go to the closest one. And then he said, which one's the closest one? And I said, Citadel Outlets. So he called the Coach outlet store from Citadel, and then they informed them. I called Citadel Outlet, Coach Outlet, spoke to one of the sales associates, and she was very kind, and she even said, you know what, I sniffed it. It does have a strange scent to it, but it's not bad. That's what she was telling me. And I know that during the time we were having a conversation over the phone, we were both trying to be like very careful with the words we say, because, we were not trying to badmouth the brand itself. We were just really trying to describe the smell. However, for some reason, I was convinced enough to believe that, maybe it's just my bag that smells really bad. And because I couldn't come in on Friday, I said, I'm just going to come down maybe Saturday or Sunday, whichever. So if you saw my short, I did say, and I mentioned in my short that, this weekend I will come in, go to the Coach outlet store and see what I can do from there. All right, so I come down, and then it was about 8:15, I would say, or 8 to 10 p.m. whatsoever. They were going to close in like less than an hour. So I went straight to the register. I did not go around the store. I just wanted to see if the bag doesn't smell. So I handed my bag over to the sales associate I spoke to over the phone on Friday, and she was like, okay, she smelled the bag. She was like, oh, yeah, that is strong. That's exactly what her reaction was. I wish I had recorded her reaction, but no, I did not record any of their reaction for their own privacy and my privacy and everybody else's privacy. And then the lady next to her, the cashier, she was like, can I smell? I'm curious. So she smelled and she was like, oh my gosh, that is bad. And then the other sales associate that went to go grab what was held for me, she brought it in and she was like, oh yeah, that does smell. And then they were comparing the two bags that they had between mine and what they had. And they were like, the one I had definitely smells a lot stronger. Now that could be because it was in a dust bag, so it kept all the smell in. And then their bag was on display, so it probably kind of aired out already. I had to consult my mom about the situation because she was the buyer, she was the gifter, so I wanted to make sure that it was okay for her with this dilemma, like what the outcome can possibly be, returning it, whatnot. So my mom was like, you know what, if it smells, just return it, it's fine, get a store credit, cash it out, whatsoever. And so I'm like, okay, well, at least I know that it won't hurt my mom's feelings if I had returned the bag. So she said too, like if the bag smells right now, if you guys could hear my daughter, I don't know why she's crying. Excuse me, my daughter's crying. She's fine, she's with her dad. But then my mom also mentioned to keep in mind that if my bag smells and it lingered, then possibly all of the bags in the same style is the same, and I wouldn't be able to smell that same exact smell when I'm in store, because the ones in store probably already aired out, so you can't really smell it as much as when I'm at home. I did keep that in mind. And so when I was in store and I was smelling the same exact style, it did have the same smell. And yes, it was bad. And someone in the comment section I was talking to mentioned that she had bought a few pieces from Coach that smelled like bug repellent. And when she mentioned bug repellent, I kid you not, I'm like, that is probably the closest thing that you can describe the smell. A bug repellent, like Raid or something, I don't know. Or a bug spray. It smelled like the whole bag smelled like strong chemical. I really can't describe exactly, but when you smell it, there's a sharp like scent that goes down your nose, down to your throat. That's how I feel. Now, I don't know if I'm very sensitive, but as far as I remember, I am not that sensitive, but that was really bad. So if you are eyeing on the Faye bag, I just want to let you know, specifically the floral one, it has that bad smell. If you're planning to buy it online, just know that it will smell. Secondly, if you want the bag, and you're browsing and you have a Coach outlet, I highly recommend you go in store, sniff the bag, do a sniff test like what I mentioned before in the short video. Do a sniff test. If it's something you can tolerate, go for it. But yeah, I can tell you right now, the bag smell lingers. And I remember 15 minutes into driving to the outlet, because it was already out in the dust bag and paper bag, the car smelled like it. I could smell it while I was driving. I'm like, oh my gosh, the best. It's so bad. It smells so bad. And so I wanted to share this and really get your attention. Like, hey, I just want to warn you that bag does have a strong smell. And Coach, if you are watching this, maybe you guys should pull the style and do a little bit of investigation so that you can kind of explain to us why that bag smells a certain way. And if anything, if it smells that bad and someone like me, probably there's others out there that can't stand the smell, I highly recommend that you pull that out and just kind of do your investigation and possibly discard the bag and remake the bag, because the bag is 1,000% beautiful. Don't get me wrong, I love the bag, but it cannot outweigh how bad the smell is. So I really want the bag, and I'm so sad I had to drive all the way, make my way out there just to return the bag and exchange it. But hey, I got a store credit at the end of the day. I mean, at least. But I am very sad because I really like the bag. Do not get me wrong, I really like the bag, but it stinks. If you don't believe me, smell it yourself. I don't know. But anyways, another part of the day that did happen though is that I got the, what do you call this? The Coach Empire 34. So this is the silver lining for today. If I had gotten the chance to return the bag before I had purchased this, I would have been able to use the credit of that towards this. But it's kind of too late now, so I'm just holding on to that store credit. And yeah, I mean, it's really inconvenient and sad at the same time that this happened. But again, not every handbag gets a happy ending. Not every shopping experience is great. And I'm not trying to badmouth the brand itself, because the brand is good, don't get me wrong. It's just that this is experience I really need to share, because there are people out there that have sensitive smell. And if you have family members that have sensitive smell, then consider that too. Because if you're going to be using that bag around your family members that have sensitive smell, then yeah, you might want to be mindful for that. So without anything else to say, I think I have covered everything I wanted to share about my experience, and it's very sad and disappointing at the same time. I'm not trying to hate the brand. I'm not trying to deliver any hate here. I love it. I love the Coach. I'm not saying stop buying from Coach. Nothing like that. Oh no, that's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm just trying to warn you guys that that bag specifically smells. Another thing too, like if you feel the bag, the texture and everything, you know that it's different from most of the Coach bags that they have come out with. Like, it's not like this. It's not a glove tan leather. It's not a Saffiano leather. It's not pebbled leather. And I thought that it was something like this. And you know how the cherry ones are like kind of embedded or embossed in there? So that's kind of how the style is for that bag. But this bag smells delicious. Like, yeah, it smells like leather, but that bag just smells like chemical. I don't know why. Again, like, I don't know. So Coach, please, if you're watching this, if you have heard of my story, I hope that you check out your Faye, the Large Faye floral print. It is really, yeah, it's beautiful, but stinks. I don't know if there was anything that I could have done. Maybe I should have tried like wiping it down, but I feel like I shouldn't have to do that. Maybe there's something that happened in the process of making the bag. So again, I hope that Coach will take a look at that. I don't know how to bring this up to Coach, but yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, if you guys did get to the end of this video, thank you guys so much for watching. And I hope that I've delivered my message as clear as possible without sending any hate. You know what I mean? I want to just really give you guys my most honest opinion and my honest feedback. So not everything is a perfect bag. So some has to go back and I have to go back. You don't have no idea how much I wanted it to work out. Like, I wish it was just my bag. I wish that when I get to the store, when I sniff that Faye bag, it would smell like, oh yeah, that's leather. No, it's not. When I went there, I'm like, everything smells the same. It was bad. So yeah, I cannot express this enough, but I'm so sorry for ranting again and again and again and over again. I feel like a broken record now. But again, you guys, thank you for watching to the end of this video. If you have experienced the same thing, comment them in the section down below. I want to hear from you. I want to know that I am not the only one, and what did you do about it? How did you work it out? Anyways, without anything else to say, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, bye.